Okay, let's revise the letter that you have written last time in class. Where is Al-Jazi? Do we say, I am pleased to communicate with you after a more time? What do we say instead? After what? After a long time, okay? After a long time. I like to be in the future teacher. What is the mistake? Can you correct this? Raise your hand, please. I like to be in the future teacher. Yes, please. No. I want you to correct the sentence because there is wrong, okay, there is a mistake in the order of the sentence. I repeat, I like to be in the future teacher. Yes? I would like to be a teacher in the future. Okay? You didn't say a teacher. You said a future teacher. We don't say a future teacher. A teacher in the future. Okay? Yes, where is Huda? Arif Nassar. Okay, now. I have recently, entered the university. Can we say I entered Arab Open University? Very good. Either you say I joined the Arab Open University or I have been admitted to Arab Open University. We don't say enter because everybody who has lips can enter the university. So pay attention to this, okay? Now, do we say I'm studying in the university or I study? Pay attention to the tense, ladies, okay? Fine. When we end up our letter and we use the verb I look forward to, what is the form of the verb that comes after to? ING, very good. So I say I will look forward to hearing from you soon, to listening to your news, to interviewing you, to meeting you, and so on and so forth. Okay, now when we sign at the end, when you write, love you, bye, whatever, what do we do after love you? We put a comma, and then what do you do under it? What do you put? Which name? First, last, or both? In informal letter. Only the first. Do we put a signature? No. When do we put a signature? In a formal letter, so pay attention to this. This is very important. Where is Aisha Al-Khawalid? Aisha. Okay, Sarah Abdul Aziz. Sarah Abdul Aziz. Where is Sarah? Where is Fatima Abdul Karim? Okay. All my courses are pass. Do we say this as a sentence? I passed all my courses. Very good. I passed. What's your name? Good, Sumaya. Okay, so I passed all my courses. Okay. What else? Okay. What did we say about but, so, or, nor, yet? Can we begin a sentence with these conjunctions? No. They come to connect two simple sentences together. Yes. So instead of saying but, because but cannot begin a sentence, what do I have to use? Instead of but. However, or, very good. However, or. Furthermore, you want to add a point. But means in contradiction. If I say Ali studied well for the exam, but he failed, or however he failed, what else can I use? Although Ali studied well for the exam, he failed, or despite the fact that, or. Come on, we discussed these last time when we talked about the story of the emperor, right? What else do we have? What about nevertheless? What about in contrast? What about in spite of? All of these can be used instead of but. So I don't want to see anybody who starts with but. And I keep telling my students, if in class writing task 1, which is next week, I found somebody who's beginning a sentence with so, and, but, or, I will deduct 2 marks. Okay, so be careful. Never ever begin with a conjunction. Okay? Do we say give me your news or send me your news? Send me. So where is Fatma Abdul Kareem? Yeah. Where is Bashayr Ahmed? Yes. Okay. Now, let's look at this letter. What's wrong? Bashayr has given me a very good contact, a very good, okay, very good ideas. But look at the organization. What is the problem with the letter? How many paragraphs did I ask you to write for this letter? 4 paragraphs. Paragraph 1, I talk about. Paragraph 1, okay, Bashayr Ahmed. Don't say it's not me. This is your name, right? Okay, fine. So who wrote this? So who wrote your name on it? Anyways, okay. So, whatever. Pay attention to the organization. What is the greeting? What is the closing? What is your name? Okay? So make sure that you don't write them in one paragraph. Okay? Where is Hay al-Fadli? Hay al-Fadli. The same story. She's writing everything in one paragraph. Where is Ilham Muhammad? Where is Fatma Khasro? Fatma. Where is the closing? Where are the other, okay, you have written a very good email, but still it's too short, okay? Be careful. In informal letter, I am interested in the length of the email. Because we said that the difference, the first difference between a formal and informal email is what? The length, right? Okay. Where is Fatma Bassam? Fatma Bassam Attar. Where is Haifa Hamad? Okay, Haifa. Do we say finally, how are you? At the end, do we say finally, how are you? Tell me about your family and your news. There is no need for finally. Finally and other transitional words are used in an essay. It's not used in a letter, especially when you are writing informally. Where is Maryam Ahmed? Okay. Again, Maryam, it's too short. We say, your love, Maryam. Pay attention to capitalizations. All names should be capital letters in initial letters. Okay? Where is Dua Muhammad al-Khatib? Okay, Dua, again, where is the closing? Why are you writing all of them in one paragraph? Please pay attention. Okay, yes. Where is your paper? We will have your paper now. Okay, maybe they are next, so we'll look. Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay. So, sorry, they are next. The other sections. Where is Aisha al-Qudayfi? Yes. Aisha, I want you to pay attention to this. When we write, please, look at the board. Okay, now, when we write, pay attention. Okay, now, Aisha, what did she do at the end? She said, take care. And then, comma, and then she said, your friend, and again another comma, and then she said, Aisha. Can we do this? No. Where should Aisha, the name, be? Yes, under your friend. Can we say, take care, your friend, best wishes, and then Aisha? Either you put take care, okay, in a sentence, at the very end, okay, you say, for example, tell me about your news, okay, tell me about your mother, say hi to your family, take good care of yourself and write soon. Then you can say your friend, comma, and then Aisha would be under. Where is Aisha? Okay. Where is Hadil, Jabir? Hadil. Do we say where are you live or where do you live? Where do you live? And there is no closing. Suad, Rashid. Where is Serene? Serene, good, but again you have to divide them into 4 paragraphs. As I told you, don't sign, write your first name only. Where is Dalal, Sharhan? Yes, again, Dalal. Good, Dalal, but pay attention to the spelling of some of the mistakes, spelling mistakes. Sumayya, Lafzaya. Okay, Sumayya, good, but again, write your name clearly. And where is Fatma Saleh? Okay. Fatma, again, pay attention to the closing. Don't write everything in one paragraph. Where is Nada Jamal? Nada. Okay. Nada, again, the same story. Don't write them all in one chunk. Okay? What's your name? You said this is not your paper. Okay, fine. We will check. Okay, Bashair al-Shatti. Okay, this is yours. Good, Bashair, but pay attention to the verb tenses. Remember, if you are telling your news, how are you and what are you doing, okay, you think of the present simple or present perfect or present progressive. If you are talking about what you have achieved, okay, you use the simple past. If you are talking in the 3rd paragraph about your future plans, then I will use simple future or present continuous. And in the last paragraph, pay attention that you are asking about him or her family, so you use simple present. Okay? This is number 1. The second thing is, only 2 or 3 students mentioned the idea. The beginning of the letter is very important. Why are you sending this letter? Now, one student wrote, thank you for your email. We don't say thank you for your email. Did she send an email for you? Is this my topic? Is this my topic? What is my topic? Yes, yes, tell me. I found her email in one of the social networking. Right? So, this is the idea. I would like to tell her at the beginning, immediately say, why are you writing this letter? I wrote this letter because I have found your email or your contacts, okay, information on the website Friends Reunited. Only 2 or 3 students mentioned this, but the others did not mention it. So pay attention to this because it's very important. The way you begin is very important. Don't say thank you for your email. Some students said, I would like to invite you to Kuwait. Is this my main concern? Still you are asking about her. You are asking about her news. You haven't seen each other for a long time. So what I want from you in the exam next week, inshallah, okay, I will give you 1 complete hour to do this task. Most of you have finished writing this letter in class in less than 20 minutes, right? Some of you have given me a very good email. The others made a little bit of mistakes. Now I'm giving you, okay, 1 hour. Spend the first 5 minutes to read all the 3 topics which you are going to choose one from. Spend time, okay, carefully read the topics. Make sure that you understand what the topic wants from me. If you are unsure about the topic, move to another choice. Don't stick to this choice. Don't tell yourself before coming to class, I will choose the letter, I am not going to choose the essay. I may bring 3 essays, you cannot tell. So don't, okay, put a preconceived idea that when I go to the writing task, I will take the letter. Maybe the topic of the letter is difficult for you. So if you don't understand the topic, don't stick to it, just move. I will allow questions in the first 5 minutes, and later on I don't want anybody to ask because I want to ensure that the class is, okay, going smooth and it's silent so everybody can concentrate. Now, then, after you have chosen your topic, I want you to spend another 5 minutes Bring with you an extra sheet of paper next time, so you can write a small outline. You can brainstorm your ideas. You can just put them in order. Write everything that comes to your mind regarding this topic the minute you read it. And then, okay, start writing. I don't want any of you to begin writing immediately. We are not in a hurry. And I don't want you to write 2 to 3 or 4 pages. I don't want this. I am interested in quality rather than quantity. But of course, in informal letter, I'm concerned with quantity as well, because it makes sense that this is an informal letter, so it has to have a lot of details, right? And then, how much time do I need to write this letter? 30 minutes, no more than this, even an essay. So now I spent 40 minutes. What do I do with the other 20 minutes? 5 minutes I review the content, I reread what I have done, which we call proofreading. Okay, if there is any idea which is irrelevant to my topic, immediately delete it. Because if it is irrelevant, I will tell you this is off topic, this is not what I want. Just like when you say thank you for your email, regarding this email, delete it, it's irrelevant. Then I want you to read it another time and take another 5 minutes. Read, okay, for grammatical mistakes. Make sure of all the tenses. Am I writing a story? If I'm writing a story, then I have to use the past tense. Am I talking about my future plans? Then I have to use the simple future. Am I describing something, or I'm talking about a person? Okay, then I have to think of the simple present. Okay? Make sure of the verb, okay, subject-verb agreement. The tenses, the word order, the subject, make sure that there is a subject, a verb, a complement for the sentence. Pay attention to the articles, an, okay? When do I use them? Pay attention to the pronouns. Some of you have problem with the pronouns. Their, instead of say their daughters, they say their, T-H-E-R-E, which is wrong. So pay attention to pronouns. Then we are left with another 10 minutes, right? And again, 5 minutes, spend them on the spelling mistakes. Look at difficult. How do I write it? Friend, before needs an E. Till now you're committing mistakes with the word friend. I mean, easy words, okay, should not be misspelled in the writing task, because this will affect your grade negatively. Okay? And then we are left with another 5 minutes. What do you think are we going to do in the last 5 minutes? Anybody? Any idea? What shall we do in the last 5 minutes? Do you remember in the first unit, the letter we have corrected, which was full of mistakes? In page 103? Yes, in page 103, we had a letter which was full of mistakes, right? And what was our aim? Is to correct the mistakes. And all of you did really a great job. Why? Because this is a human nature. We always see mistakes. We don't see the positive side as well as the negative. Our eyes always fall on mistakes, right? Miss Haneen doesn't see us, okay, doesn't see the good side. She only criticizes us. This is a human nature. When you are okay, nobody will talk, right? But if you do a mistake, everybody will start to criticize. That's why all of you were capable of correcting the mistakes on page 103. How are you going to be capable of fetching all of these mistakes before Miss Haneen takes the paper and finds these mistakes? Any idea? Serene is laughing or smiling. Huh, Serene? Any idea? I will give you a tip which you can follow all your life. And this is what I usually do. If I want to write an essay or I'm working on a research paper, I write everything and I let it set, okay, for 1 day. In class, let it sit for 1 minute. And then what do I do when I want to reread it for editing and proofreading? What do I do? I tell myself, my enemy, the person whom I hate the most, has written this essay or this research paper. And because it was written by my enemy, I want to find as many mistakes as I can. In this way, believe it or not, you will find a lot of mistakes before I find them, and you will correct them before giving me the paper. Okay? Whom do you hate the most? Think of somebody whom you hate the most, and you want to criticize this person by one way or another. So if you keep this in mind, you will find all your mistakes by yourself, you will correct them by yourself, and you will end up having a very good mark. Does that make sense to you? I always put the paper and say, Netanyahu has written this. He is my enemy. He is my first enemy. And then I start to look for every single mistake. Punctuation marks, capitalization, subject-verb agreements, sentence structures, variety of sentences, ideas, relevancy, okay, if they are relevant or irrelevant. All of these, okay, I should take good care of. And at the end, I have to look at my topic. Does it make sense? Did I answer what the topic asks me to do? Did I provide enough examples for my essay? Okay, is the organization okay? Are there any grammatical mistakes? Are there any spelling mistakes? Ask yourself all of these questions before you give me the paper. So you have half an hour for writing, half an hour for outlining, reading the topic, proofreading, and editing. Okay? Let's talk now about that story which you have written online. And I was, I was disappointed that only 9 students attempted to write this. I told you it's not a graded task, but I want you to write, because the more you write, the more mistakes you will commit, and then the more the benefit is. Okay? So please, next time, I give you, a paper to write. Try as much as you can, to write. Let's look at this, and this was written by Aisha. Where is Aisha al-Qudayfi? Okay. Let's look at what Aisha has written. First of all, I said it's a story. Then, and you have seen the organization of the story, and it's a short tale, so it has to be all in one paragraph. So I don't want you to separate it. It has to be well connected, just like the story we had for Gluskap, and the other one in the writing section on page 106, for the farmers and his sons. Okay, she said, before many years there was a king who lived in Turkey. He lived in a big palace, he was married, and he had 3 beautiful daughters. Unfortunately, his wife died, and he was alone, no sons, no mother to take care of his daughters. The king was very troubled. He was thinking about his daughters. He was afraid that if he died, who would take good care of his daughters? So he decided to get them married before they were 16. From princess before he died. Now, there is a gap here, I mean, it's not necessarily to be a prince, to marry one of them. The daughters didn't like, the princes. Suddenly in the night, and everybody was asleep, they ran away. Now, here is the gap. Ladies, when you are writing a story, I want you to be very logical. Now, all of us are girls. If somebody comes to marry you and he makes a marriage proposal, is it necessarily that the first one who proposed I would accept? No, not necessarily. Is it necessary that if I refuse this person, I should run away from my family? Here is the gap, Aisha. You have to tell me, why did they run away? This is first. Now, I like the idea that she said he wanted them to marry because he doesn't have sons, and he wanted somebody to take good care of his daughters since they were young. Here she filled the gap, but later on she didn't fill this gap. Now you have to tell me, why did they decide to run away? Why do you think they would run away? They are princesses, they are living a very nice life, a luxurious life, they are enjoying being princesses, and living in a high class, society. Why would they run away? Fine, sometimes you refuse somebody, but not necessarily you run away from your family. He wanted them or he forced them. This is the gap that you have to fill. You have to tell me that they decided to run away because their father forced them, and he announced this in the city, okay, formally, and he made all the arrangements saying that next Thursday, for example, you are going to get married. Do you understand what I'm saying? I want you to fill the gaps, to be realistic. Don't tell me he found 3 princesses for them, they refused to marry, and they ran away. Why did they refuse to marry them? This is another gap. This is another gap to be filled. Why would a lady refuse a prince if he proposed to marry her? Give me reasons. Yeah, think, jog your memory. Yes, please. They don't like them, they didn't feel chemistry. Okay, this is an acceptable reason. What else? They have, okay, bad manners, bad conduct. Okay, maybe they have bad reputation. For example, they are drug addicts. Okay, they are alcohol addicts. Okay, they are. What else? Yes, Dua wanted to say something. Yeah. Maybe the 3 daughters are falling in love with other people, and they don't want to marry, okay, out of traditions, they want to marry out of love. Okay, what else? Why would you refuse a person in your life? Yes. They are older, not bigger size, okay? They are older than them. Even if it is a prince or a king, they are about to become 16 years old. We know from the story that they are younger than 16, maybe 15 years old. Imagine that a princess would come and he's 40 or 45. Give me another reason. Think. Yes, Sumaya. Dalal, sorry. Yes, we said they are too young, or they are the princesses, or the princes are too old for them. What else? Maybe they are not thinking of getting married. They want to continue their higher studies. They want to enjoy life. They want to open their new business. They want to travel around the world. There are many future plans, okay, that they are thinking of rather than getting married. Okay? Yes? Nobody would say no for money then. Okay. But nobody would say no for money, right? Let's be realistic. Money is important, right? We said in Unit 2 that, okay, it's one element of happiness, but it's not the primary element, right? But still it is important. So if somebody who's good, handsome, and good, and he has money, why not? Right? So, I mean, give me a reason which nobody can contradict with. What else? Now, in our society, why would you refuse somebody who's from a very good family? He has money, he's educated, he's well educated, he's fine, okay, we said this. There is no harmony, you negotiated with him and you didn't feel comfortable. Why would you refuse him? Give me another reason. He's ugly, okay, what else? Or he is already what? I can't hear you. Speak up. He has what? Maybe because their mother. Okay. I didn't like him because his mother, okay, has a very strong personality. Yes. Yes. Maybe he's already married. A prince. And he's, for example, 40 years old and he's single. Maybe he's married and he has a lot of children, and I don't want to get married, okay, to somebody who's already married. I don't want to build my happiness, okay, on, okay, the destroyal of somebody else's life, right? Okay, so all of these are accepted reasons. I am not interested in the reason as much as I am interested in giving me a logical connection of the story. I want the events to be, okay, logical, well connected. Okay? Then, they ran away from the palace. They were working all night until they found a farm. They were very tired. They decided to wait until the sun rises. Okay. Where did they stay? In the street? In the farm where? On the ground, on the floor, on the soil? At night, can you stay, okay, in the open area, just sitting at night and you're not afraid? You said this is in Turkey, and in Turkey you have to know, you have to be very, okay, to take good care of yourself, because it's not secure, right? Okay, so tell me, one of the ladies gave me a very beautiful writing. She said, okay, they were walking all day and night, okay, and when they found a farm, they found a small house in this farm. They knocked the door. A woman opened the door for them. She found them pale, tired, and exhausted, hungry as well. She gave them food and shelter. In the morning, they told the farmer their story. Luckily, she has 3 sons. Those 3 sons were helping their mother in the farm, or their father. It's up to you whether you choose a father or a mother. We said a farmer. We don't know if it is a male or a female. I leave this for your imagination. Okay? And because, okay, they were, okay, working with these farmers, they started to fall in love with them. You don't say, almost all of you have said that they found a work on the farm, they married the farmer's sons immediately. How come? How come? Do you marry somebody immediately? You have to know this person, you have to like him. We said there were many reasons for the refusal of the princes, right? So, why would I like the farmer's sons? Where is the moral of the story? Tell me. They lived happily ever after. The moral of the story is that money or social status doesn't necessarily bring happiness for us. This is the moral. Or another student told me that the moral of the story, okay, don't do whatever other people force you to do if you are not convinced with. Their father forced them to get married from the princess, but they didn't listen to this because they are grown up enough and they know well what to do and how to behave. Okay, ladies, this is what I want from you in the writing. Please write me something which is logical, make connections, fill in the gaps. I want at the end, when I read the story, I found unity and coherence. Don't give me any space to ask you, okay, what happened, or why, or when is that, and so on and so forth. Okay? Did I answer all your questions now about the story? Do you know how to write a story now? And the last advice that I would tell you is that when you watch a movie and you like this movie and you fall in love with this movie, why do you fall in love with this movie? Why is it not boring for you? Because the director is taking care of every single detail. This is what I want from you. If you choose to write a story, make sure that you give me every single detail and don't leave any gap. Okay? Any question about what we have written? So far so good? Okay? I'll correct it during office hours because I put it on the LMS and I gave you a deadline. Okay? I can't do it right now. Now, this is my major concern. I'll give you your paper at the end of class. Okay, the other papers, the other stories for those who have written. But we discussed this, an example to show you where are your mistakes. Now today we are going to begin with the writing, okay, as we did last time and it was successful. Then we will move to the reading because the reading of this unit as well as the grammar is very easy. So all of you, I want you now to go to page 108. All of you, please. Go to page 108. Okay, we have an essay over here, right? And this essay is about childhood. Okay? What is the title? Look at the title in red. What does it say? For and against. If you are with the idea that being a child, okay, is the best phase in your life, or you are against this. Technically speaking, we call this kind of essays a pros and cons essay. And when you read now the essay, you will know what do I mean by pros and cons. Now, what I want from you is the following. I will give you 8 minutes to read the essay, okay? And I want from you, number 1, to underline the thesis statement in the introduction. Then, I want you to move to the body. How many body paragraphs do we have? 1 or 2? 2. Okay, and in each body paragraph we said there is a topic sentence, there are main ideas, supporting details, and a concluding sentence, right? I want you to analyze them. What is the topic sentence? Just write over it, TS. Where are the main ideas? What are the examples that the writer have used, okay, has used, okay, to support his main ideas? And what is the concluding sentence in each paragraph? Then I want you to go to the conclusion and to analyze it into 2 parts because we have 2 sentences. Where is the summary of the whole essay, the restatement of the thesis and the major ideas, okay? And where is the personal opinion of the writer? Can you do this? Okay, I'll give you now, I will put the stopwatch, okay, 8 minutes, and I want, okay, all of you to analyze this. So, let's look at the essay. Now, who could give me the thesis statement? You have read the essay, right? Did you find any difficult word? Okay, yes, tell me, what are the difficult words? Yes, you said you have difficult words, yes. What are they?
Finally,
what is it? Is it in the conclusion? Okay, responsibilities. What is the meaning of responsibility? In English. Something you should do. Something that is your task, your duty, your job to do. Yes, Fatma, what you wanted to say? Yes, something that you should do and nobody else should do it. Okay, fine. Now, this essay is talking about what, basically? What does it talk about? A child? About childhood? What about childhood? Very good. Advantages and disadvantages of being a child. Now, let's look at the introduction. What is the thesis statement? Who can give me the thesis statement? Yes. Yes, please. Very good. Being a child has both advantages and disadvantages. Is this a good thesis statement? Yes. Why yes? First, where did we say the thesis statement should come in the sentence? Yes, it should be the last sentence of the introduction. Is it the last sentence? Yes, so that's why it's good. Second, why is it good? It joins the advantages with the disadvantages. So why is this good? Your name is Noor? Okay, Noor. So when I read this sentence, can I tell what are the other paragraphs going to be about or not? Yes. We said, remember ladies, when you write any kinds of essay, okay, look at the thesis statement and make sure, okay, that the thesis statement, if I read it, it is complete, united, and when I read it, I would know what is the whole essay is going to be about. So now when I read this sentence, when I say being a child has both advantages and disadvantages, I would know that body paragraph 1 would be about advantages and body paragraph 2, and then we have a conclusion, right? Okay, now let's move, okay, to body paragraph 1. Okay, where is the topic sentence? Where is the topic sentence that tells me that in this paragraph I'm going to talk about advantages? What is the expression here? Yes, please. On the plus side. So when I say on the plus side, I know that this paragraph will discuss what? Advantages. Okay, fine. Now, what are the advantages? Who could tell me? The first main idea. What is the first main idea? Yes, Noor. A child doesn't have to go to work. Is this a main idea or an example? What is the main idea? What is the first advantage of being a child? Yes, Farah. Sarah. Very good. They don't have responsibilities, okay? They don't have responsibilities. So they don't have responsibilities. Okay, fine. So on the positive side, first, they have very few responsibilities. How many examples did I mention for this main idea? 5 only? How many examples did I ask you to write when we learned about the organization of an essay? I asked at least, I want 2 examples, right? Why here did he mention 10? Because they are short phrases. So if you have short words as examples, okay, you can just simply put them even if they are more than 1. The more examples, the better. Okay, so he said the first main idea is that very few responsibilities. This is what I mean by an example. I don't want you to say the idea and then you stop. Give me the idea and then tell me, clarify on it, elaborate, give me more clarification, more illustration. What do you mean by very few responsibilities? I mean that they don't have to go to work, they don't have to pay the bills, or do the shopping, cooking, or cleaning. Which means that they have plenty of free time. This is another way to support it. They have plenty of free time to do what? To watch TV, to play on the computer, very good, and to play sports. So in this way, I discussed the idea. Your name is? Fatima didn't know what is the meaning of responsibilities. But when she reads the example, she knows now what does it mean, right? This is what I mean by providing an example. An example shouldn't be just an example for its own sake. It should be any clarification of the idea that you have given me. Okay? So whatever you want to say, clarify, make it clear, illustrate. Imagine that I come to class and I say, you have to write a thesis statement and then I stop without explaining. Are you going to understand anything? The same story in the essay. If I write a main idea, in order to make the reader understand what I want, I have to support it with good examples by making clarification and illustration so the reader doesn't need to go out and start to ask, what does she mean by this main idea? Okay, what is the second main idea? Who could tell me? Yes, please. So, are these all main idea? What is the main idea over here? Yes, please.
Being a child is an exciting action-packed time.
No. This is what? This is the concluding sentence for the paragraph. What is the other main idea? Yes, please. No, we said this here as an example. Look at the sentence that Dalal has given me. Is the whole sentence a main idea, or I joined main idea with the examples? So what is the main idea? Yes, please. Yes, Bashayr. No, we said this is a concluding sentence for the paragraph. Dalal, reread the sentence that you have given me. Read it again, please. Okay. Public transport, cinemas, and sports centers cost less for children. So what is the main idea? That there are less costs for children. Give me examples. What do you mean by less costs? It means that public transportation, cinema, and sports centers, okay, if I send children to them, they are going to pay less, okay, than adults. Sometimes it is for free for children, right? Even when you go to restaurants, okay, to an open buffet, they said children who are younger than 6 years old are going to be for free. Even if you want to book a chalet or a holiday in a hotel, right? A room or a suite, right? Okay? So it is less cost for children. What did I do here? I gave you the examples first, then I mentioned the main idea. Can I do this in an essay? Yes, I can, if I am a professional writer. If you can do it, putting the examples and then give me the main idea, if you can do it correctly, then go ahead. If not, as beginners, I advise you to mention the main idea, then to follow it with examples. This is much easier for you. Do we have any other main ideas? No. What is the concluding sentence? What is the summary of this paragraph, the plus side? Being a child, okay, is an exciting, action-packed time, okay, in life. Let's move now to what? The disadvantages, or what do we call it? Cons, the negatives, okay? Fine. How many main ideas do we have? 2? You've read the essay. 4? No. 3, yes. What are they? Can you give me the first main idea? Let's talk about the topic sentence first. What is the topic sentence for this paragraph? Somebody else rather than Dalal. What about the others? Yes, please. Yes. Najwa? Yes. Very good. For every plus, there is a minus. This is a very nice expression to use in order to begin, okay, a paragraph telling me that you are talking about the negatives. Okay? So, yes, what is the first main idea? What are the negatives of being a child? Yes, please. Okay, very good. So, the first disadvantage is that children spend all their day at school. So what do they do there? Studying or taking exams. So I gave 3 examples. What is the other disadvantage? Yes, please. Faddali. Yeah. Okay, fine. So the second one is that you are not allowed to do whatever you want. A clarification of this is that you have to ask your parents first. As a child, I cannot go and visit my friend whenever I want, unless I take the permission of my parents. Because I'm young, they have to take good care of me. I cannot drive. I can't use public transportation alone. So this is another main idea. What is the third main idea? Even if my parents allow me, things are still expensive. And an example of this, parents are not generous with their pocket money. So this is the way I clarified this. Especially with children, you don't have to be generous because they are irresponsible. They don't know where to spend the money. Maybe they will spend it in bad things. So that's why parents are careful about the pocket money, so they are not generous, so they don't have enough money to do whatever they want. But if you are now grown-ups and you work and you are responsible for yourself, you earn your living and you have a salary at the end of the month, you are the one to know where to spend it and how to spend it, and nobody is going to interfere with you. Right? Okay, so you have freedom, you have independence. Do children have freedom, independence, and the money that the adults have? No. So what is the concluding sentence of the paragraph? The reality, yes, read it please. Speak up, speak up.
The
Reality?
sometimes there is not enough to do anything at all.
Yes, the reality is that there is not enough to do anything at all sometimes. Okay? Fine. What is the concluding sentence which summarizes the whole essay? To sum up, very good, yes. Speak up please, so everybody can hear you. Yes, read, to sum up. Yes. Okay, so this is the concluding. In one sentence, I summarized the positive and the negatives. I said, although some people see childhood as the best time in life, because we said you can play, you don't have responsibilities, I think that children have no real choice because they have to study all time. They don't have independence because we said that they have always to ask permission, okay, for permission, and they don't have enough money. So see how did I summarize all the advantages and disadvantages in one sentence? You remember when we talked about the conclusion and I said that you have to restate the thesis statement and your main idea? Okay, this is a very good concluding sentence. What about the second one? What do we call this? Nevertheless, it is true that choice, money, and independence all bring responsibilities and restrictions. Is this an idea that the writer discussed? This is what? What do we call this? Yes, very good. This is the personal opinion of the writer. Can we add one more sentence to this essay? To the conclusion? People who attended my first class. Can we add anything else to the conclusion? Very good. We can give an advice. We can end up with a proverb, a piece of wisdom, a line of poetry, okay? A common saying, a popular saying, a quotation, a verse from the Holy Quran, right? We said this last time, that in the conclusion, first I summarize or restate the major ideas, then I give my personal opinion. If there is an advice that you would like to give, okay, just put it as a wrapping up or as an ending for the whole essay. So you know now how do we write a pros and cons essay? So what is the meaning of pros? Cons? Disadvantages. Okay, fine. Now, can we use other words rather than advantages and disadvantages, pros and cons? What else can we use? Because we said you don't have to be repetitive and you cannot repeat all your words. Remember, in the thesis we said advantages and disadvantage. In the topic sentence I said plus side or minus side. What else? Positive and negative. Very good. What else? Yes, Serene. Okay, what else? Dalal. The good side and the bad side. Or we can simply say the bright side and the dark side. What else, Fatma? What did you want to say? Yeah, the bad and good side. What else? We said it here in the essay, plus and minus. What else? Okay, fine. When you say on the one hand, it doesn't mean that I'm talking about positives. Okay? I want a word which can substitute advantages and disadvantages. We said positive, negative. What else? What else? What else? We said pros and cons. Give me something else. Anybody? Yeah? The bad side and the good side. What else? Can we say benefits for advantages? Of course. Can we say, okay, strength? Points of strength? Can we say? Yes, we can. Okay. These for advantages. Can I say drawbacks for negatives? I can say for everything there are benefits as well as drawbacks. Strength as well as weaknesses. I want you to know these words, especially benefits and drawbacks. Okay? So, knowing synonymous words will help you avoid repetition and you will end up having an enjoyable piece of reading. Because if you keep repeating the same words, you will be boring. Right? So I don't want you to keep using, I don't want you only to know advantages and disadvantages. See how did he mention in the topic sentence? Plus, minus. Benefits, drawbacks. Strength, weaknesses. Good and bad. Bright side, dark side. I want you to be, okay, to use variety of expressions to show me that you are competent in the language. And this is what we are going to do now next in this exercise. Look at exercise 1. It says, read the text, replace the underlined words and phrases with those in the books. Do you see the underlined phrases in the essay? Okay, I want you to replace them. I will give you 3 minutes to do this exercise, and I want each two together to work on it. So Isra, you can work with Fatme, and Shayed here. Al-Jazi, come please here. Come here, please. I would give you 3 minutes to do this. Yeah, I'll put this stopwatch. In English, I don't want to listen to you speaking in Arabic. The newcomer, the lady who is new. The lady, yes, please, work together. Yeah, let's start. In English, don't speak in Arabic. Together, not individually, together. Fatma Khasro and the lady who's next to her, together please. What is the meaning of don't use Arabic? For instance, we will talk about it now when we finish. Do the other things, then you will know what is left for you. Dalal and the lady who's next to her, work together, please. Okay. You're here, right? Your husband is with me in another class. أمس ما خلص. No. أمس. Yes, baby. No. Ladies, time is over. Time is over. Let's do this together. Ladies, let's do this together. Okay, now, yes, raise your hands please. Okay, so advantages and disadvantages can be replaced with this group. Yes? Advantages and disadvantages?
don't
What about you? Second group. Pay attention, please. Yes, Noor.
advantages, you have very few responsibilities.
Noor, I want you to give me another word from this box which means advantages and disadvantages. Yes, this group.
On the plus side,
No. Yes. Pros and cons. Advantages and disadvantages is replaced by pros and cons. On the plus side is only the advantages. I want the whole expression. Advantages and disadvantages means here what? Pros and cons. Right? Do you all agree, ladies? Yes. Okay, now what about on the plus side? Yes, this group, please. Very good. One advantage is that. Yes, this group, Bashayr. For example, for instance, very good. For instance, okay. Now, on top of that, yes, please, Sumayya's group. Moreover or? Very good. Either you use moreover or you say another point is that. Can you give me other words? The other transition words that I can use? If I want to add a point while I'm writing, you can say on top of that or. Another point is that or moreover. What else can I use?
what is more?
What is more? What else?
Another thing.
Another thing is, what else?
Whatever you want.
You want to add a point. What do you say? One more thing. What else? No. Can you begin a sentence with and? No. Okay. Next day? Next? No. Also. Very good. Also. What else? No. This is to show contrast, not to add. No, to sum up it means summary. Don't, please. Okay, if you are unsure, don't say any other word. To sum up it means that you are finalizing your essay. Can we use moreover? Of course we can use moreover, in addition, besides, added to this, or to add. Okay? All of these are good transition words to use in order to show that I'm adding or a further example. Okay, all in all things considered. Okay, for one thing, very good, Fatma. One disadvantage is that. What is more? Yes, please. Serene. Another point is or? Moreover. Okay, last of all, yes, Shayma. Finally, okay, and the reality is that? Give me another word rather than in fact. The truth is, or. Don't translate. This is not what I want. I want another synonymous word which help me, okay. No, you are not giving an opinion here. Actually, it's not really. Actually, or in fact, or indeed. I-N-D-E-E-D. Or as a matter of fact. Or to emphasize this. All of these are expressions to highlight something, or if you want, okay, to show that this is something important. Okay, to sum up, yes, please. In conclusion, okay. What else? No, I think is for an opinion. Either I would say in conclusion, or to sum up, or all things considered, or. She said it already. We said this is to give an opinion. All in all. You have it here, all in all. Okay. I think that, in my opinion, or I see or as I see it? I suggest, no. I believe, I think, as I see it, in my own point of view. And you can simply say in my own perspective. Ladies, on the LMS, I'll upload a file tonight about all transition words that you can use to help you move from one point to the other, their meanings, and supported with examples. This is first. Second, you will find another file on the LMS. Keep checking your LMS every day, please. Okay? You will find another file which is how to write a pros and cons essay. Study it carefully. It's very simple. You just need to read it and to understand it. If you have any queries, any questions, you can communicate with me through the LMS or during office hours, Sunday and Monday, before the writing class on Tuesday. This is one thing. Second thing is, if you know yourself you cannot make it and come on Tuesday, or you have an appointment with the doctor, come on Sunday. I have 2 other classes from 9 to 11 and 1 to 3 to make the writing in class task, because you have to know that if you miss it, 0. I'm not going to give a makeup class, a makeup test. Okay? 9 to 11, 1 to 3. The same room. Okay? If you cannot make it on Tuesday, come from 9 to 11 or 1 to 3. Definitely you will have different topics. Each section will have different topics. Okay, so just feel free to come at any of my sections, but not other teachers' sections. Okay, so you know now what does it mean, a pros and cons essay? Do you know how to write a pros and cons essay? Any question about it, ladies? Stop chit-chatting. Any question? Yes, please. Stop it. Yes. And I have office hours from 11 to 1 if you want to come and ask me anything. They are on my office door. You can see them at any time. Yes. Anybody else? Okay, let's look at exercise 4 on the same page. You are going to write for and against essay. Write a list of pros and cons for one of these topics. Getting older, having a university degree, having children while young. Think of these topics. I may bring one of them in the exam. Think of them. Try to write at home. If you would like to show me, okay, any essay that you have written about pros and cons, especially the newcomer, because I haven't seen your writing so far, send it through the LMS or upload it as a Word file. I will correct it and I will give it to you during office hours, or I'll send the correction online. Okay, just write. All what I want from you is to try to write. Again, you can search the internet. You can Google for examples of pros and cons essays about any other topic. Make sure that any topic that I will bring will be about social topics, things which are from our everyday life. I'm not going to bring something from out of the thin air. Okay? So, if you don't have any question about pros and cons essay, let's move to the reading, okay, and unit 4, page 30, please. Page 30, and the title of our unit is Doing the Right Thing. Let's quickly go to the reading, page 34 and 35. Did you like the idea that we began with the writing first and then the reading? Which is much more appealing for you? To begin with the reading, grammar, vocab, and then the writing, or the other way around? The reading first? What do you want? The writing? Raise your hands. To begin with the writing first. Remember, 65 of your grades in this course is on the writing. So we will always begin with the writing because it's much more beneficial for you. You are weak in writing. In a reading, you know how to read and to answer questions, right? So this is what we are going to do every time. Today we didn't write anything in class. Why? Because we have already 2 topics to discuss plus the pros and cons essay. This is to discuss all your mistakes, before the in-class writing task. Let's now move, to the reading, and we will listen to it and we will discuss, the difficult points. It's, Fatme, very easy reading, and we'll discuss it together.
A World Guide to Good Manners. A World Guide to Good Manners, How Not to Behave Badly Abroad, by Norman Ramshaw.
Okay. Now, give me another words for manners. Manners. Yes, tell me. This topic is to tell you about how to behave. So manners could be behaviors or conduct, right? Okay. Yes. Stop talking.
Traveling to all corners of the world gets easier and easier. We live in a global village, but this doesn't mean that we all behave the same way. Greetings. How should you behave when you meet someone for the first time? An American or Canadian shakes your hand firmly while looking you straight in the eyes.
What does it mean firmly? Tightly. Yes, from the heart, Yes.
In many parts of Asia, there is no physical contact at all. In Japan, you should bow, and the more respect you want to show, the deeper you should bow.
What does it mean to bow? To what? To bend. Yes, you know the answer. Speak up. To bend. B-E-N-D. Yes.
In Thailand, the greeting is made by pressing both hands together at the chest and bowing your head slightly.
What is the meaning of slightly? Few or a little bit? A little bit, yes.
In both countries, eye contact is avoided as a sign of respect. Clothes. Many countries have rules about what you should and shouldn't wear. In Asian and Muslim countries, you shouldn't reveal the body, especially women, who should wear long-sleeved blouses and skirts below the knee.
Okay, here I said, you should. What does it mean you should wear? Does it mean you must? You have to? What is the difference between, you should study hard for 111 midterm exam, you must study hard for the 111 exam, and you have to study hard for the 111 exam? Raise your hands, please. Yes. So what does should mean? Advice. Very good, Isra. The teacher would tell you you should study hard, for the 111 midterm exam, because this is an advice from the teacher. But who can tell you you must or you have to? Your mother, because she has control over you. She can punish you if you have a bad mark. But the teacher has nothing to do with this. The teacher should advise you only. How many times did I say, you and you, chewing gum is not allowed in class? How many times did I mention this? How many times? Remove the chewing gum, please. Yes? So, fine. I'll give you another example. If I say, I can go,
You must use some type of alone.
No. Wait. I'm giving the example. I can go, I have to go, I've got to go, and I must go. What is the difference? I can go. Can means what? Can you go now? No. Of course you can, but you may not. Of course you can, but you may not. If you come late to class, what do you say? May I come in or can I come in? No. No. May I come in? If you come and say, Miss Haneen, can I come in? I would say, yes, of course you can, but you may not. What's the difference in meaning? Can means what? When you say, I can swim, it means what? Ability, very good. Of course, all of us have legs, okay, and we have the physical ability to come to the class. But if I say you may not, it means I don't allow you to. You are not permitted because you are late. You see the difference? So when you say I can go, it means I am capable of going. I have the ability to go. If you say I am allowed to go to the party, it means my parents give me the permission to go to the party. If I say I have to go, it is urgent, it is necessary, there is an obligation. I don't have any other choice. If they called me now and they say, come now, your son is in hospital, I would say I have to go. What's the difference between saying I have to go and I've got to go? This is the grammar of the whole unit.
I've got to go,
The same meaning, but what's the difference?
But I have to go only this week.
I have to go or I've got to go?
I have to go.
No, I've got to go. We use it, so it's informal. Okay. And what does it mean? If you say I've got to go, it means now or soon. Now or soon. Okay? But if you say I have to go, it means fine, everybody has to go after 11 because there is another class. But if I say I've got to go, it means now. I am not going to wait till it become 11. Do you see the difference? That's why. Why did we say here, you should, okay, you shouldn't reveal the body. Can I say you mustn't reveal the body? No, because not all of us are Muslims, okay? Not all of us are covering ourselves, so this is an advice. Okay? Yes.
In Japan, you should take off your shoes when entering a house or a restaurant. Remember to place them neatly together, facing the door you came in.
What does it mean neatly? If I say Ahmed's room is neat, neat, okay? Remember to place them neatly together. If I say, when we came to this class in the morning, it was neat. But now, when we leave, it will not be neat. So what is the meaning of neat? Tidy, organized. Okay, so place them neatly, it means place them in an organized way.
This is also true in China, Korea, Thailand, and Iran. Food and drink. In Italy, Spain, and Latin America, lunch is often the biggest meal of the day and can last 2 or 3 hours. For this reason, many people eat a light breakfast.
Okay, lunch is often the biggest meal of the day and can last 2 or 3 hours. They can sit for 3 or 2 hours. Is this an obligation?
No.
Do they have to stay for 3 hours? But what does it mean it can? And if they want, yeah, it is optional. Yes.
In Britain, you might have a business lunch and do business as you eat. In Mexico and Japan, many people prefer not to discuss business while eating.
Okay.
Lunch is a time to relax and socialize.
What is the meaning of socialize? One word. C. It starts with C. Communicate. Very good, Dua. Very good. Okay. In Britain, you might have a business lunch. What does it mean you might have? Is it a must? Is it obligatory? So what does it mean you might? Maybe it's probable. Yes, you can do this. It is probable to happen. Possible.
In Britain and the United States, it's not unusual to have a business meeting over breakfast. And in China, it's common to have business banquets, but you shouldn't discuss business during the meal.
Okay, it is common to have business banquets. Give me another word for common.
Maybe it's they all do it.
Usual or something familiar. It's usual, it's familiar. It's something popular. Okay, there is no problem with it. What is the meaning of a banquet? Yes, big meal or a variety of food? Yes, more than one main dish. When you invite somebody, especially Arabs, because we are very generous and bountiful, okay, when we invite somebody, we don't only cook one main dish. We make, okay, a big, banquet. So it's a feast. It's just like a feast.
Doing business. In most countries, an exchange of business cards is essential for all introductions. You should include your company name and your position. If you are going to a country where your language is not widely spoken, you can get the reverse side of your card printed in the local language. In Japan, you must present your card with both hands, with the writing facing the person you are giving it to. In many countries, business hours are from 9 or 10 to 5 or 6.
Is this the case in Kuwait?
No.
Why do we have two shifts in Kuwait? Why do we have two working shifts in Kuwait? Yeah, do they usually open? Does the shopping, the markets, the companies work from 1 to 4? No, why? Why? It's not a holiday. Why is it a rest time?
They already work at morning.
Okay, they work in the morning and they come back to their work at 4. Why? Or 5? Why in our country we don't work one shift from 9 to 6? Why?
They cannot close the whole day.
No. Fine, okay. 9 to 5 or 10 to 6, 8 hours. Why we don't work one shift? Why all the companies in Kuwait stay open till 9 in the evening?
They have customers.
Why we close? Do we close from 1 to 4? Why we don't follow other countries and we open from 9 to 5 and that's it? To eat lunch? Oh my God. Why in the Gulf countries we don't? Yes, because of the weather. Thank you and good night, Merry Christmas. Because of the weather. In summer, can you see anybody in the street at 2? Of course no. Because of the weather, we cannot work as one shift. Oh my God.
However, in some countries, such as Greece, Italy, and Spain, some businesses close in the early afternoon for a couple of hours, then remain open until the evening.
Hayat.
Japanese business people consider it their professional duty to go out to restaurants after work with colleagues. If you are invited, you shouldn't refuse, even if you don't feel like staying out late. Extra tips. Here are some extra tips before you travel. 1. In France, you shouldn't sit down in a cafe until you've shaken hands with everyone you know. 2. In India and the Middle East, you must never use the left hand for greeting, eating, or drinking. 3. In China, your host will keep refilling your dish unless you lay your chopsticks across your bowl. 4. Most South Americans and Mexicans like to stand very close to the person they're talking to. You shouldn't back away. 5. In Ireland, social events sometimes end with singing and dancing. You may be asked to sing. 6. In America, you should eat your burger with both hands and as quickly as possible.
Okay, now let's move to the vocabulary on page 36, and we will end up the session. Okay, so you know, ladies, the whole grammar of this unit is focusing on the modal verbs. Must, may, can, have to, ought to. Okay, for more clarification of this, you can all the way through go to page 140 at the end of your book, and you will find complete discussion of the grammar. You can always go to the online website and practice some of them, okay, to make sure that you understand everything. Now let's move to the blue spot. All nationality words have capital letter in English. The Brazilians, capital B. The Italians, capital I. And the British, capital B. Okay, now what do I mean by the Brazilians? The people, okay. I added S here, right? Okay, and the Italians as well. Why didn't I add S for the British? Why didn't I say the Britishes? Why? Yes. Okay, why we don't add S? We say the Americans, the Kuwaitis, okay, the Australians. Okay, let's look at number 2, and let's look at the rule. If the adjective ends in S, sound, the sound, just like, okay, Lebanon, Lebanese, it ends with the, right? So what do I say about the people? The Lebanese. We don't add S. Sha, this is Sha, okay, just like when I say British. So I can't add S. Or at Sha, there is no S at the end of the word for the people. Example, Japanese ends with the. So I cannot say the Japaneses. No, the Egyptian, I say the Egyptians. The Egyptians. It ends with N. Does it end with the? No. Okay, Spanish ends with Sha. So what do I put? The Spanish only. Sometimes the words for the people is different from the adjective. Scottish is the adjective from? Scotland. Scotland is the country. Scottish is the adjective. But if I want to talk about the people, and this is an exception for the rule, I say the Scots only. No, here, look at number 3. This is an exception for the rule. Now again, Finnish is the adjective from which country? Finland. Okay, but I don't say the Finnish people. The Finnish, it doesn't make sense, so I say the Finns. I leave exercise 2 for you as a homework that we will do next time. I wish you a lovely week. I'll see you inshallah next, okay, Tuesday. Study well for the exam, huh?